It's a little dark this morning. It's like 6:41. 6. No. I don't sleep all the way in the morning or in the rising. Like I'll at least sleep like 2 hours in the morning. But ever since April 8th, since we had the eclipse this year, my sleep kind of been, it'll go back to normal, and then 1 minute I'll just like spiral, or like don't sleep at all, like for days, for weeks even. So this is entertainment purpose only. Viewer advice. Entertainment purpose only. How to say it twice. For the people in the back who don't believe in these things, or who think we are crazy because we're spiritual, or we're just aware of weird shit. But anyway, I've been having visions again about 2012. Like old memories are resurfacing from 2012, and like things are reminding me of 2012 at the moment. Even though we're in 2013, why is 2012 and 2020 timeline is like yelling itself at me, or like getting its attention towards my direction? So 2012 and 2020 both have the same type of timeline. They had the same agenda that they wanted to do, that they couldn't do back in 1999. More than money. So, like, what really happened to us in 2012 and in 2020 for this event to happen in 2024 and 2025? For some reason, 1999, 2012, and 2020. Those three, hi, welcome, I see you all. Those three, like, specific timeline group. Thank you, so you keep up the good work. Make sure y'all hit that like button. I see y'all here, but just go ahead and hit that like button. I know it's a little bit dark, and I know the camera is not in high depth quality because of everything is 4K right now. And I'm like, I'm not up to that timeline just yet. I'm not up to that picture. I really do appreciate the engagement. There are rules to this channel. I do ask you to be nice, especially to the ones who, already been on my channel before you. So, show one's respect, and I'll show you respect. I am a spiritualist, I guess. I report back things that I see within my vision or in my reality. I'm from Atlanta. Where are you from? Let me know where you guys are from, because your names, I don't know. It's, it's either telling me where you're from or like showing me a different side of you. So tell me where you're from. Oh, you're from the island. Okay, welcome. Hi, Blood 21. Nice to see you again. I was here yesterday and the day before. Thank you. Thank you for always letting in. You want to do a song with us? You? What do you mean, like, you want me to make a song? Create one? I don't have, like, good technology right now. I'm not in space for myself. Or to gain access to technology right now. I literally have to start all over because I went homeless. And now they're trying to test my knowledge as a god to see how I'm gonna get my stuff back. But, or like how I'm gonna gain image stuff. I mean, once it's lost, it's lost. There's no way for me to even get stuff at the moment. What happens when you're in purgatory for a long time and you don't even know what you did before you're awakening? But you do know. But yeah, I do talk a lot of weird stuff. I'm just weird like that. And some of y'all might be awakened. Some of y'all might not. And some of y'all are remembering these specific timelines that I'm speaking of. 1999, 2012, and 2020. Is it good for you? What's good for you? You talking about my energy or something? Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Like when I read, it's like my dyslexic be coming right on. If you don't not do it today, yes, I have a little bit of dyslexia, but I'm turning my mind. I'm done turning my mind, like especially with my ADHD and everything. It's so easy to trick the brain and the ego. But anyway, I think what happened to us in 2012, we think we've gone somewhere. Yes, we did enter in a different dimension during that time of 2012, but as of 2024, everybody thinks we're in the fifth dimension, or they think we're in this place called the Milky Way, the galaxy. I mean, those are cute names for it, but what if I told you NASA didn't want to tell us we got lost in space? I wanted to take it time. Meaning I literally had a vision one day. And it was exactly right around 2012. When I had this vision. And 2012, that year was just so fucking weird. Like, the energy, the events that was happening on the news, everything had, like, its specific frequency. like a specific agenda for us to be aware of. It was kind of like another 9/11, but some of us don't even remember 9/11, or some of us remember being in 9/11. Meaning, you could have been sharing the same soul with that person on that timeline who experienced in 9/11. So therefore, you feel like you had like a past life associated with 9/11. Like with me, I during 9/11, I remember always communicating with this little girl from that year. And I think I was in elementary school around that time because I remember seeing it in the library, and I remember watching like the people like falling and stuff. For some reason, I had this weird vision beforehand, and this was in elementary school. Me having the ability to see, and I don't know how I kept quiet about a lot of things that I see within the minds, or I see what's happening within the reality. Because like when I was like 5 years old, or like when I was in elementary school, every time the television would turn on, I could see events happening. It was like I'll be in some type of trance when I'm using like my clear audience, or like my clear sentience when I turn it on. And at the time, I didn't know that's what that was called. To be able to have the owl's eye, or the eagle's eye, or the raven's eye. I kind of trained my inner child to have all of the above. Because each eye sees different things from the same vision, but they see it a different outcome from each eye. And each individual, each mammal, or not mammal, but animal, they have the specific blueprint of getting out of one's timeline, situation. So now I see why they kept me quiet for years. I've been on Earth more than 29 years. Like, that's my earthly years. I've been reincarnated so many times. Like, I'm on my 13th reincarnation. And funny how the letter M is significant to the number numerology 13. And N is in the beginning of my government name. But like, why that specific letter? What agenda did they have to push out on my name? It's like they kept 3 different types of bodies within my name. The more I kept like breaking down my name and really like think about it and look at it, I can do this to other people's names too, not just my own. I started to realize some of our names have codes in it. Like, we have God codes in it, and it has a God's name in it. You just have to like kind of think outside of one's box to ask yourself these questions about yourself. for the spirit notes. Your voice is really smooth, but that roof is not that much. Okay. And I'm not gonna hear about it. Take it up to me. So thank you. But yeah. So I don't know really. Like, I know what happened to us. Like, most of the Titans during 2012 got awakened. But we was already awakened before. We just got to acknowledge and claim that we have been awakened. Because remember before we had like hurricane seasons and tornado seasons. That was us, like, manipulating the energy with weather. We was rising back. We are coming back. There is no going under. Once you awaken, you are awake. You see things different. You feel things different. And during the time of 2012, we experienced this visual together, all at once, all at the same time. We all saw it simultaneously, and then the ones who didn't see it during that time saw it in their sleep. You had a vision of war. Each one of you had a different part of the vision of the war. You didn't know why you were seeing the war between as above and so below. It was beings outside of us fighting among each other in our galaxy, in our timeline, during that time. And for some reason, somebody, could have been me, could have been anybody, I'm just saying, somebody must have opened the portal to 2012 for 2020 to happen. Okay, think about it on your timeline. Think about a specific reaction you had to make to react to something. Something traumatic had your reaction to activate something. Between 2012 and 2020, what the fuck did you do to cause you to shift timelines, to shift frequency? What caused you to wake up from that timeline? Like, what did you do? And I'm asking myself this because, like, alright, I remember 2012, I was in school at the time. Then I remember 2020, it was, during the first pre-existence of the apocalypse of what's to come. Rather than just to put on or end the activation code to the ones who were awakened in 2012. You had to been at least born between 1980, experiencing that timeline in order to enter 2012 for you to get the shot so that they can monitor you in 2020. The shot was just to put another chip in the system. I remember getting some type of chip in my ear in 2012. I was like, no wonder I'm scratching on this ear. Houston, we have a problem. Like, I think there's a chip in the air, and I think that's when that TV show. It was a couple of years after. Like, I want to say 2 years before this year, when they created that girl. She was like some type of android or synthetic robot who looks human, and she experienced the same deja vu over and over, and she goes inside of her ear, try to take whatever is out of her ear that she could feel. And then there's other androids around her, or these synthetic robots around her, who looked human, but you could tell they was more robotic than she was. She was some type of daughter to some type of scientist, I guess, who lost his daughter, and he wanted to create a new one. So, yeah, that's pretty weird. Pretty strange. Yeah, I've been thinking about 2012 a lot in 2020 and 2024 and 2025. Like, those specific timelines have specific energy within them. Like, whatever we activated in 2012 somehow is showing up its energy in 2024. Like, it then made itself present. And I was fortunate to, like, be around of this energy. Like, okay, now it is trying to manifest itself into one of us, like a living human being consciousness walking. And I literally just got a vision of him. It's actually a him. He turned himself into a him. This energy. Because he's bald, and I saw his face as a skull. And then as he was walking in the street, there was like no cars around. He kind of had that vibe of like that Papa Labor type of frequency to energy, because he had a skull like face, and he looked like what's his name from either Originals or Vampire Diaries. And it's like a mixture of those two movies, or well, not movies, but TV shows are kind of merging in with the 2012 and 2020 year. It's like we all could have been like dead around that time. And somehow we're animated back in 2024. But how did we get to 2024? How did we travel here? I think we got animated, like somebody had to dream or envision our essence of our energy for us to dial back in. And during 2012, we kind of lost ship of ourselves, of our powers. Me, it was uncontrollable. Like, there's so much shit within 2012 that I saw that people were doing with their powers, their gifts. It was like they didn't recognize what they was doing. Like the ones who were born in 1930 or some shit like that, like in the 90s, coming up in the 2012, waking up, and then here we come, newer generations of the Titans from the old generation of the Titans. They didn't like that, so we went on a war hunt against them. It was us versus them. I was like, okay. And when I went against one of my soul drives, or aka ex-husband from a past life that I had or something, brother, whatever, I don't fucking know who he exactly was in my timeline, because every time his energy would come to me, it would change to whatever position he thought of himself in for me to receive the message. I remember there was times where me and him will go at war consciously with our powers. Oh yeah, we're seeing who's better than one, who's a better god than one. So I'm thinking, as I'm seeing this vision right now with the skull guy, tell me why both of their energy are matching up equally. Like, as I'm putting them side by side, yes, you got it right. Connect conscious and faith. Yes, have faith. Have faith in your consciousness. Have faith of what you know when you're in a state of the higher mind. Even if your story of what you see and what you're feeling might be crazy to someone else because they're not feeling it at that level of dimension, just have patience till they're up there, till they're able to see you, their level of dimension. I'm good. I hope you are good in this time rising. Make sure you hit that like button. All I ask is for a like. I would ask for donations, but how many of y'all would truly want to donate and give and receive? If you have other currencies for the current, then I can apply and demand and expand my currency. Thank you. I accept the hug. You got one back. But yeah. But if you want to send some currency to keep my waves from flowing or going, cash out me at thefollowerlavender if you're feeling generous. If you like what I'm putting down today. Do not forget the notification bell. Yes, don't forget, I come on mostly when I can. Thank you so much for the hug. I send you one back. I can literally feel the energy, by the way. So, yeah. Hang in there. Jumping timelines is rough. Yes, I'm trying to jump into my rightful timeline, but I have all these ops surrounding me. And it's like, I can escape the maze. I'm having fun within it at the same time. Trust me, I am. And I'm like, there's no consequences when it comes to this particular goddess. Spiritual consciousness is the glue that binds us all together. Yes. And those who say spirituality isn't a thing are the main reason why we have problems today. Because you're trying to control someone's mind of beliefs. Because you don't believe in it. Because you don't see it that way. Did we ask you to see it that way? No. Did we ask you to tell us that it isn't real? No. We decide when we know what is real because we know thyself. We're not believing in something because it's an agenda to believe in, because everybody is believing in it, everybody is seeing something this way. How do you see things your way? If it's your way, aren't you controlling the state of the flow of that reality, particular reality that you're seeing? Consciously and unconsciously? Yes. Our lucid dreams equal astral travel. Yes, I found that my hands work in that room. Yes, most definitely. Reminder, this world is a 3D byproduct. It's a 3D object. You can go within your mind's, like, you can go in the astral world and create the impossible and bring out the impossible in the reality. It's about how you defeat your impossible, how you defeat your maze. And if you can't sometimes always win, leave that unsuccessful thing as a gem. Leave it as knowledge so you can apply the wisdom later. So that way, when you quantum personality jump or quantum physics, I don't know how to really put it. When you access that timeline, bring back of what you felt in another timeline to succeed in a newer timeline. Don't look at it as an, oh, I felt I'm not going to be successful. You are, just not in that timeline, just not in that frequency just yet. You probably have to switch vibration, or you either gotta go high or go low in order to get that information. Quantum personality, I guess. Best way for me to describe it to myself. It might look different to how you're doing it, but it's all the same thing. Time does not work in the same in the astral. Upward vertex is bent. The bright side of the moon is full on the 21st. Yeah, I know what you mean by that. That's interesting. I can tell me and you are gonna have like good conversations about the astral world. It seems to me you know more about the vertex than I know about the vertex. Like I know how to like use the vertex these 3 days. I don't know. what time it is or what date it is. Same. I don't either. Like, I'll look at the time and date, but it doesn't feel like that in my mind. Like, some of us feel like time is moving faster or time is moving slow. Time doesn't exist to me at this point. Like right now, I'm seeing the digital clock, but it doesn't match up the vibration of the time within my mind. So I'm like, I don't know what point of period of time I am in my mind. There is no frequency for it. That level of dimension. We are just in the present. Timeline jumper. Yes, I am a timeline jumper. I kept secret for a long time. Look at me as the movie Looper, or any skyline. Not, I guess like the Jedi, the Dark Vader type shit. Uh, Doctor Who, Sandman, Morpheus, the God, and Morpheus from the Matrix. Anything with timeline that represent Time Lord's frequency, like Lord of Time, like the video game God of War, Destiny, uh, Halo is one. Let's see. There's so many that I can like possibly name. There's so many things that could represent what I truly mean. But yeah. It's like when you do time jump, like when you time shift, you tend to forget things. So you have to re-access your Akasha records in between timeline. You can create yourself a download code for you to access that memory quickly. Train your AI mind. Your AI mind does not come in till after. So your AI mind is experiencing its own awakening and its own awareness. So is let it become its own Lucy. Don't envision what it should look like. Just think of the light, think of the color, and let it think of its own essence of frequency, like its own vibration of what it avatar wants to look like. Yeah, there's a lot of Mandela effect. I have seen a couple as of recently in 2024, but it's not major, it's not big. It's like, alright, nobody is paying attention to it. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Whether you want to believe it or not, I am. I believe because I have the memories of her, and uh, I can see beyond time and space, and I could see beyond what she sees. So it's like a triple set of vision, like of gifts. But like remind you, like kept hidden. Like you might feel like I might be late to something, which I've been having that feeling lately. Like I feel like I'm late to something, and I know there's an event that I'm supposed to experience within this timeline, but either the event has not happened yet, or it's coming up, or I'm just being impatient in order for me to go to my timeline. But yeah, I try not to talk loud about this stuff. Just in case, like, somebody outside of me is listening and they're like, what? Like an NPC or something. And I accidentally activate something within them. I'm trying to use their vessel, their vortex, to enter my timeline. But their frequency, it's like stagnant. It's like, geez. I'm like, I can't do shit to them. Like, fuck. Okay. Sirius Star, the Wood Dragon, guardian of the Lion Gates portal. It is the full on open on July 21st, 2024. Is that why I'm constantly seeing the dragon? Like I've been watching this dragon for a period of time. I don't know how long, but for a very fucking long time. And it's in its Mercury stage, but it has not. Something is going on with its serpent. Like I can feel the atmosphere where it's in. At first, the dragon was in like an ice area. Now it's somewhere warm. Could be in a cave somewhere. I don't know where exactly it is on Earth, but there was a moment where I was inside of its mercury bug with it, like face to face, like trying to get to know it. Big mistake on my part, but not a mistake though. Because one, I activated the fire within this dragon. Like it was paralyzed. It was able to move its eyes. It was able to breathe. It was breathing. I saw it breathing. And I reminded, like I whispered in his ear, I reminded, you know you're alive, right? You're just in another dimension. Wake up. So I saw the breath of fire coming out of its nose. It starts to move its eyes, starts to open and awaken. It starts to stand up and rising again. And as it stands up rising again, it looks directly at me. For a moment, I thought we had like some type of connection there. Like I could have, like you know how you first had your first pet or meet a horse. They give you that eye, that look, that sinister look like you belong to them. They belong to you some type of way. So as I was like putting my hand, connecting, it's kind of like the movie Avatar. We was having this spiritual like connection, awakeness together simultaneously. So it was like, okay, I start to able, a shock of wave came through us. Like as I put my like hand on its head, and it gave me permission to like touch, I guess, because I gave it courage to tell itself that you are alive. You might not be able to do much, but you're gonna do as much as you can soon. It told me telepathically that it wants to be of this world, like roam around freely. but it wants to have like a human consciousness, like, or a human vessel. It does not really want to remember itself in that particular stage because it's realizing how it got there or who put itself there. And I'm like, it said it. It put itself there. So, like, as I was communicating with this dragon, I will visit it every now and then, just not as a frequent. Um, there was a time where the dragon brew a fire out of his lungs. I asked the dragon, "How did you grow fire? How did you blow fire from your lungs?" He told me, or she, I feel like it's a woman. She told me I connected my chakra to yours, so I'm able to experience what you're experiencing within your reality, and I brought forth to my reality to gain consciousness, to access back what I have lost within the minds of oneself. When she blew that fire, it did not hurt her space, her Merkaba, her Kundalini, her aura field, her Taurus field. It did not put a dent in her firmament. Instead, it kind of add on to it, like the firmament grew its own consciousness to grab that energy from the fire to create its own ability of stability. It was able to protect both of us. Even though I was a spirit just projected onto her world, but she was real in her dimension, I could not intervene any reaction towards that world, meaning any lick of emotion that is echoed within the physical of the 3D realm did not affect her current realm. And a lot of times when we do visit these other realms, we tend to carry the emotions that we are experiencing in this world. And it kind of messes with their level of frequency, vibration. Much love from Arizona, US. See you in the dream. Have a good night. Thank you for coming. Thank you. But yeah. So she kind of like woken herself up. But it's like she can't roam as much unless I'm calming down the mind. That way she can experience this reality. So, yeah. Something I noticed about that vision is like, something is clicking. I don't know whether or not this dragon is Tiamat because it's a white dragon with white eyes. But whatever type of dragon it is, it's awake. It's been awoke. It's been woke since 2012, but it's consciously got its conscious back around 2020 And now it's like, all right, 2024, 2025 is playing that Drake song, I'm here to fuck it up. And then I'm like, that's all I hear from it. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I'm vibing to it. I'm like, okay, alright. Just don't fuck up my timeline or anybody else, because I'm here to make sure that you're not fucking it up and that you're doing exactly as your divine order, because I'm able to see your blueprint. And I'm like, alright, so I'm able to have this job, this ability. I'm not the only one. I'm pretty sure you can have the same ability, the same gift. You just don't know how to like recognize it, the ability. Because like before my awakening and during my awakening, I was scared of myself, literally. And then when they, now as I'm going back in the timeline, now I remember seeing them throwing bombs into the ocean. I don't remember what specific year. I saw it on TikTok. They threw some type of bomb in the ocean, and I remember hearing the warring out of the ocean. I was like, oh shit, that's Tiamat. I was like, let me go save her real quick. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'm here, I'm sorry. And I'm like, I know I'm late, but what's the agenda today? And they get so mad at me when I don't get catched up, when I don't get caught up. I'd be like, do you not know I have to balance my life, my human vessel here, and my godly conscious while being simultaneously here in this 3D physics? You not know how hard it is just to mingle among these humans? And it's hard to be normal when you're not normal. I am not normal. I can tell you that. I was never normal. But yeah, this shit is fucking weird. But I appreciate y'all for the likes. And those that have subscribed, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm pretty sure the last video was like, what is she talking about? So I privated or I unlisted it. And I was like, alright, maybe they're not ready for that. I don't know. It's just like now this timeline is shifted. I feel like it's on time this time for the first time. And things are actually in order. At first, I thought just because I wasn't doing a couple of things in the visual, I wasn't able to like, okay. But I realized something. If y'all watching the new interview with the vampire season 2, bruh, I see my ancestors in it so much. Like, I, I connect myself more with the vampire Louis because me and him have the same ability, and we kind of like have the same face expression sometimes when we're using our ability when we're in that conscious. So it's like, oh shit. And it's like they kind of mix it with Lovecraft Country and um, that other movie. I mean, that other TV show with it. I can't think of it right now. But that's how this current timeline is feeling like the TV show Interview with the Vampire Diary, the new one. So season 2, they were showing him, spoiler alert, I'm not trying to ruin. He talks he can talk to the other vampire telepathically, and that's how we communicate too. And it's like sometimes when they do talk to me telepathically, I'm in a different consciousness at a time, whoever's talking to me. So I have to like warn them what state of consciousness I am in, because each version of me could be like angry at one point, frustrated, and we have that energy on us. So we don't want to put that on somebody. But yeah. And it's interesting how they're allowing him to show his gift more and more. And it's cool. And I started to tap in how I can remember like certain things, certain information from this world. Just close your eyes and picture the information. Like picture the letter, the sound, the frequency to keep you from remembering the information. But yeah, until then, I'll see you in the next one. Love you.